So I found the mermaid community almost by accident. I was in the process of making my first ever painted mermaid tail that was inspired by Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And I was looking around trying to find answers to a problem that I had because I was feeling a bit stuck. And a friend of mine, my friend Blix, or the Geechee Merman as he's known as, directed me to this amazing site called Mer Network, which people can share tutorials, advice for being a professional mermaid, and all of these amazing things. And when I looked on it, I was blown away by the amount of people that are on this website. There's communities of mer people all around the world, and you see how it just kind of comes together, and you're meeting new friends from everywhere. I have mermaid friends who live in Belgium, China, Jamaica. I have a girl who just messaged me from the Florida Keys, and it's really incredible to get to see how the mermaid community just kind of gravitates toward each other. We're all connected by our love of the ocean, and we really show that through our craft as being mermaids. And for me, that was a really welcome change because I never thought I would get to be a part of something so big. And needless to say, I kind of got hooked in a sense. So, my mermaid name in the community is Nymphia, Mermaid of the Nautilus. And the name Nymphia was actually originally starting off as a pun, in a sense, because I am a massive fan of Greek mythology and I love reading mythological stories. And I've noticed that a lot of nymphs in a lot of Greek mythological stories were usually catered to the ocean. So I wanted that to be kind of the center point of my name because I am a huge mythology buff and I wanted to show that in my name. As far as the Nautilus theme goes, the Nautilus was an animal that I chose for my personal identity as a mermaid for two reasons. The first being I am a saltwater mermaid. I consider myself to be a tropical seas mermaid, having lived in California my entire life. And the fact that my family is Puerto Rican, we connected a lot to that tropical vibe because the Nautilus itself actually usually lives in the tropics of Fiji, the South Pacific Islands, and some places in Asia. The second reason why I chose the Nautilus is because of their conservation. A lot of people admire these creatures because of their seashells, and a lot of times they're slaughtered and harvested for their shells to be used in jewelry and decorations and just ornamentation just around the world, even using for cultural reasons. But the thing is, the Nautilus itself is such an interesting animal, and it's one of the very few species that has not changed its appearance since the time of the dinosaurs. And I feel like that sense of longevity is really what makes them so beautiful and so inspiring because I feel like Nautiluses have a lot of wisdom that they can impart on us because of how long they've lived. And it sucks because they have such a slow reproduction rate in the realm of trying to breed and trying to make more Nautiluses into the world. So because of their low reproduction rate, it's hard for them to replenish their species. So there are a lot of people who are currently taking a stand against Nautilus conservation and making sure that no one harvests these beautiful animals for their shells and to keep them protected. And I wanted to be an advocate for these creatures and to show my love for them. I'm very fortunate to be in such an accepting and wide community of people that are very accepting. And being a mermaid of trans descent, I have had my fair share of hardships in regards to either being a mermaid in general or just being myself. It's very nice to have that kind of open relationship with many mermaids that are in the community. And luckily for me, I haven't had any problems in regards to what I do as a mermaid. And I haven't had any problems with anyone saying, "Hi, you're a man dressed as a mermaid. You're never gonna make it in the industry." But for what it is, I do know that it's coming. It's gonna happen at some point in my life, but it's just a matter of when. And I know for a fact that I've grown in my own self-confidence as a mermaid, and I've grown in my own growth as a mermaid, and I feel like that alone is proof enough that I can handle any naysayers that kind of come my way. Within the community, I have strived my best to kind of balance both sides of the mermaid ideology, which is taking care and helping advocate the life of our oceans and our ocean species, because there are major problems in our environment that are going on right now that really need to be stopped and that really need to be addressed. But then also, I wanted to prove that in the community that you could be whatever you wanted to be. Doesn't matter your sexual preference, your gender orientation, your race, religion, whatever makes you unique. Bring that to mermaiding. Bring that to your light and make it your own thing and own it. It's something that I've strived in my own life, in my own community. And I like that idea of breaking down as many doors as possible and paving the way for aspiring mermaids and mermen who are trans and who are in the process of kind of figuring themselves out, where they want to go, how they're going to be perceived. And a lot of people, that's their biggest fear is, okay, if I come out as a mermaid or a merman to my family or to my friends, how are they going to perceive me? How are they going to react when they know that I'm a part of this community? And my biggest thing is, if you really have a dream and you really have something that really keeps you motivated and pushes you forward, go for it. Don't let anyone stop you, no matter what it may be. You could be a mermaid, you could be an astronaut, you could be the first gay politician. Go and do you and make yourself a force of good in this world, because that will really impact your motivation. It'll impact every decision that you make in life.